expected to reduce pressure on our foreign exchange and lower the cost of petroleum. Mr. Speaker, let me also focus on reducing the cost of cooking gas. Mr. Speaker, the government, or let me put it this way, we have moved swiftly to end the monopoly in the sourcing and supply of cooking gas, which inevitably had resulted in price inflation. The government has opened up this sector by reviewing the policy to allow for competition by setting stage for additional players to be licensed to set up liquefied petroleum gas, that is LPG facilities. This will cut the cost of handling and evacuating gas from the ships to the mainland, hence allowing the dealers to transfer the cost reliefs to the consumer. Mr. Speaker, now let me touch on how we are addressing the depreciation of the Kenya shilling against other currencies. Government is implementing sound exchange rate policies to stabilize the local currency and manage the foreign exchange reserves in an effort to mitigate the impact of currency fluctuations. As I noted earlier in my statement, in response to the question, the official foreign exchange reserves have declined from 7.9 million US dollars, which is equivalent to 4.4 months of import cover, as at December 2022, to 7.1 million US dollars, which is equivalent to 4 months of import cover, as at February this year. The usable foreign exchange reserves have remained adequate at 6,531 million US dollars, that is 3.6 months of import cover as at April 19th. This, Mr. Speaker, meets the Central Bank of Kenya statutory requirement to endeavor to maintain at least 4 months of import cover. The G2G arrangement for the importation of petroleum products that accounts for up to 30% of Kenya's USD requirements is expected to not only stabilize the exchange rate, but also to lead to the appreciation of the Kenya shilling. Mr. Speaker, let me now highlight some of the immediate steps that the government is taking to stabilize the economy and set the country on a growth trajectory. These are several, but I'll just try and pick out a few. Mr. Speaker, as the House will appreciate, the measures to cushion Kenyans from the high cost of living, as well as reduce the cost of basic commodities, as I have enumerated above, will invariably also result in a stabilized economy. I will therefore take this opportunity to highlight other measures aimed at stabilizing the economy. First, the government remains committed to programs jointly formulated with its development partners, through which we anticipate to get much needed budget support. And I believe when the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury will be speaking to Parliament in a few weeks' time, he will elaborate on this. We will continue bolstering economic resilience by pursuing prudent macroeconomic policies geared at reducing debt vulnerabilities and supporting sustainable and inclusive development. Mr. Speaker, through the Fiscal Consolidation Program, we aim to continue with our revenue mobilization and expenditure prioritization policies geared towards economic recovery. This will support sustained, rapid, and inclusive economic growth and safeguard livelihoods, thus creating a physical space